Welcome to the American Society of Magical...
Oh, hell no!
What's the most dangerous animal on the planet?
A shark.
White people, when they feel uncomfortable.
Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away?
Because the happier they are, the safer we are.
Oh my God!
My very first thoughts upon seeing this trailer is that the director of this film must have lost a bet against Jordan Peele. I mean, he must have been seated across Jordan Peele during dinner, and Jordan Peele told him, if you win, I give you $50,000, but if you lose, you definitely have to make a movie called The American Society of Magical. And the director was like, deal. This is the kind of movie that you make after you just watched Harry Potter and then saw Nick Fury saying, Black Girl Magic.
Black girl magic!
Yeah, this is definitely a train wreck about to come in. And because I couldn't believe how bad the trailer was, I decided to go Google this film. And I saw that it's meant to be a satire. This is not satire. This is not how you satire. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing good satire versus bad satire. I'm going to be comparing this trailer. I know it's not the full movie. I think like 90% of the plot of that movie is in the trailer. I'm going to be comparing that trailer with a actually good satire from Matt Walsh. If you're watching from the States, you probably know who Matt Walsh is. Matt Walsh has a satire about race. So I'm going to compare his satire that was good and actually got a lot of positive feedback versus this garbage called The American Society of, yeah, that one. And for those of you who haven't seen the trailer, let me just give you a small rundown. So we have a main character called Aaron. Aaron in the trailer, apparently he is walking around white people being very uncomfortable, and then Black Dumbledore shows up and tells him, I can see your discomfort. Let me take you somewhere where they are having a interview for work. And then he takes him to a place that looks like the Chamber of Secrets because it's kind of hidden somewhere. And this lady says, welcome to the Magical Society of whatever. And then the most annoying, offensive thing happens. They basically disapparate. You can definitely tell the Harry Potter influence everywhere. They disapparate or they apparate, whichever. That's a Harry Potter reference for those of you who don't know what disapparating is. They basically teleport to a place, and then this guy asks, what's the most dangerous animal on the planet? And they basically say a shark. Aaron says a shark, and then this dude says white people. And then in the background, you can see a picture of a great white. I mean, that is one of the most offensive symbolisms I've ever seen in my entire life. Basically trying to equate white people to a great white shark. I mean, you know what sharks do to people. And anyway, once it has now become Aaron's job to work for the American Society of whatever, this Black Dumbledore dude says the happier that white people are, the safer that black people are. Because there's nothing as dangerous as a white person who's unhappy. Oh my God, just the train wreck is just waiting to happen. So he basically is given some white guy to go and try and make happy. And while working for the company, he meets a girl. And I'm guessing this is meant to be some sort of 50% of the trailer as it comes to a close is basically this white, black guy falls in love with white chicks. And you can definitely tell where this movie is trying to take its message. And I'm not sure how much of this is meant to be satire. I don't know if the relationship is meant to be satire or it's the racism part of trying to keep white people happy that's meant to be satire. But this is not how you do satire. The first good element of satire is positive exaggeration to condemn abnormality. So I mentioned about Matt Walsh. So Matt Walsh has his own satire for racism, where he has a certain professor who basically says that by locking your door and keeping minorities out, you are basically being racist against minorities.
The idea of locking your doors is in and of itself white supremacy. It's a classic clan fairy tale that we all need to lock our doors to feel protected. But every time you slide that deadbolt across your threshold, you are harming a minority.
So obviously, that's obviously ludicrous, and that's what makes it a good satire. That's what makes it exaggerated, right? And he's satirizing the element of locking your door, which is a good thing, right? And then it's meant to condemn the racism. It's meant to highlight something negative, which is racism. But in the American Society of Magical whatever, there's nothing positive that they are pointing out. There's no exaggeration or anything positive that's being exaggerated. I don't see it. I did not see it anywhere. All I saw was main character finds it awkward to hang around white people, joins this magical society that's supposed to keep white people happy. Where is the exaggeration of something positive? I don't see it. And no, don't tell me that it's the part about keeping white people happy. There is nothing positive about black people trying to keep white people happy. No, that's it's supposed to be a positive thing that's a norm. Not a positive thing that's an abnormality that's being exaggerated. You get my point. The second part of good satire is sarcasm. I did not see any sarcasm in this trailer. I did not. But in Matt Walsh's racism satire, there's a lot of sarcasm.
Bigots will always hide behind convenient excuses. In 1823, it was the Bible. In 1923, Jim Crow. And in 2023, they hide behind a sign that says closed.
There's a lot of sarcasm in that satire for Matt Walsh, and that's why it's so good, because you can definitely tell they're not being serious. 2 minutes 45 seconds of that trailer of the American Society of what's his face, I cannot tell what the sarcasm is. There is no sarcasm, especially because half of it is meant to be a love story. The other one is meant to be some dude saying that there's nothing as dangerous as, and then showing a great white in the brain. That to me has offended me so badly. And it's not even about me. They feel so offended that also as a Jaws fan, you're just misusing Jaws. But yeah, you get like, I don't know. I think the writers who made this have no sense of what satire is. Lastly, the last good element of satire is humor and subtlety. Humor, being funny, something being so ridiculous that we can actually tell the ha-ha moment. Like this clip from Matt Walsh's satire.
So you're saying that any person of color at any time can come into your house for any reason?
That's right.
I mean, come on, that clip, you can just tell the dude was not being serious, and that's actually funny. But this is what I love the most about Matt Walsh's satire, is that his face is so serious, you cannot even tell that it's satire, right? So the element of good satire is that even the characters in the room, they just let audience feel it in for themselves that this is not meant to be taken seriously. But with the American Society of Magical, what's its face? Half the trailer is a love story, and the other part is incredibly offensive. So, yeah, not much subtlety left. Not much subtlety left there in your story. Huh? I can tell that this movie, when it releases in March 22nd, I know we haven't seen the full thing. It's just a trailer, and trailers can be misleading and whatnot. I know. I mean, that's what happened with Barbie. But it looks like a train wreck. It looks like a train wreck about to happen. And you can give me your thoughts in the comments section. I saw some people in the comments defending it and saying, this is a satire, why are you not taking it seriously? But it doesn't have the elements of satire. As I explained, how good satire works and how bad satire works. Give me your thoughts on this. Smash like and subscribe if you're brand new here. Then I'll see you in the next one.